Hey you guys, welcome back to another episode of Any, and there's always a Disney Guide. You guys already know what to do. Go check out DisneyGuide.tk, and let's get into today's episode. So today we're going to be talking about What If. What If, as you guys know, the TV show of infinite possibilities of things that could or could not happen in the Any Marvel Cinematic Universe. First, let me do some research. Let me get my research up, because y'all already know I did not watch the episode. I will watch the full series once all episodes are out. Yeah. I know you guys are probably like, what? Why didn't you just watch the episode when they come out? I don't know, because I just don't feel like it. I just don't feel like it. But let's see. So obviously this episode 2 is dedicated to Chadwick Boseman. Late Chadwick Boseman, who died, I believe, I forgot what type of cancer it was. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it was, I believe it was colon. Yep, it was colon. It was colon cancer. Unfortunately, he passed of colon cancer. I didn't want to make a guess and be wrong. I had to make sure I was right. But yeah, he had colon cancer. And if you don't know what colon cancer is, it's a cancer of the colon or rectum located at the digestive tract. Ugh, it's ew. The digestive tract. It's like where all the bowels and stuff is at. But let's get to today's episode. So it's obviously episode 2 was dedicated to Chadwick Boseman, who played Black Panther. You guys don't believe this. And don't criticize me for this, y'all. Don't criticize me for this. But I have not watched the movie Black Panther. I don't know why. I haven't. I just haven't. Okay. Let me get up the review on what's going on and what happened. So, this contains spoilers. If you have not watched What If episode 2, I encourage you to. This is, now it says on IGN, I get my sources from IGN. After a surprisingly average premiere, Marvel's What If finds much more success as it leaves the 1940s. Earth for the Cosmos, while the alterations to the sacred timeline in the premiere felt a little more nuanced, episode 2 goes for broke in the ways it plays with our understanding of the integral MCU players. That leaves us with a rockling 30 minutes of TV, which, through no fault of its own, it's tinged with unavoidable that comes with hearing the late Chadwick Boseman performing T'Challa for the first time since his passing. This episode posits a world in which Yondu Michael Rooker outsourced Peter Quill's abduction to Kraglin Sean Gunn, who instead of snatching Quill accidentally grabs the Prince of Wakanda instead. The Watcher, Jeffrey Wright, bridges the gap between the abduction and the present day by dealing with the influence T'Challa's unimpeachable moral compass had on a universal scale as he grows into the renowned Star-Lord that Quill had deluded himself into thinking he was at the time in his career. That meant Karath's not asking who on Morag. It's more like Howie. And then What If will feature more of Chadwick Boseman. Luckily, this isn't the last we'll hear of Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa in What If. Executive producer Brad Winderbaum previously revealed to IGN that Boseman's voice will appear in 4 episodes of the series, playing a different version of T'Challa each time. Unfortunately, he was never able to see the finished project, but he was very excited about taking part in it. While I have significant... Let me see. Wait. No, this is about casting. Boseman's performance is a joy. Okay, here we go. After a premiere which stumbled out of the gate, Marvel's What If makes a course correction in its second episode with a breathless space caper. Chadwick Boseman take on T'Challa as Star-Lord. Crackles with infectious enthusiasm as knowing we have a few more opportunities to hear the version of the character is very exciting. Meanwhile, better voice acting and visuals across the board give this episode a more cohesive feel, even if it doesn't always nail the voice of the Revengers, Guardians so well defined by James Gunn, with multiple plot threads begging to be picked up and bolder changes to our conception of the MCU history. What If Second's episode is a much more effective showcase of where the show could go in the future or the past. What is time anymore? That's true. Like I said, now that Loki, if it wasn't for the Loki finale, I mean, none of this wouldn't happen. Now I honestly thought Loki was just nothing. I did not think it was gonna be as good as they was claiming it to be. And I was decided to create a television miniseries instead of doing a movie because not only is it faster, but it gets everything done simple and quicker. But we're still stuck on a cliffhanger because of what happened in the Loki finale. Even though What If does answer a lot of questions now about what's going on. You know, since the multiverse has expanded and has branched out to alternate realities, What If basically it is the after effects of that, because it's saying what if this or what if that, what if Thanos was on the Avengers. That would be really funny, actually. That would be really really funny. But we never know. The multiverse is very tricky and reality is very funny too. Let's see what else they said. Marvel's 2, what if T'Challa becomes a phenomenal Star-Lord? I can't believe T'Challa is Star-Lord. Um, I'm still shocked. But let me see. There was also another part that I saw on there on What If. Let me pull it up. That they were talking about. Good guy Thanos and Marvel's What If episode 2 inevitable says. Okay. I want to read about this. So they said Thanos was also in the episode. In sprawling franchise and especially the Marvel Cinematic Universe, a fan favorite villain can often be too perfectly cast to waste on a one-off. Tom Hiddleston's Loki borrowed his way into the Thor franchise and came out the other end with his own heroic turn in Disney Plus. Bucky's turn as the Winter Soldier only lasted a few movies before he chilled out in Wakanda and Sebastian Stan became Avengers material. Elizabeth Olsen's hands Wanda Maximoff swung from a villain to a hero to somewhere in between in WandaVision. Yeah, I'm still kind of on the odds with Wanda because with the whole Hex thing, honestly, I don't even know if she's a hero or a villain anymore. She could be both. And Karen Gillian's traumatic arc as Nebula hit so hard that Avengers Endgame hinged on her jumping over to the hero side. Marvel's love to reform villains, and in What If Episode 2, they take on one of the mega franchise's biggest reform challenges yet, making Thanos a good guy in What If. And T'Challa became a Star-Lord. Josh Brolin voices the Mad Titan, who has become slightly less mad under the influence of the idealistic Wakandan prince. Yeah. I wonder what If Episode 3 is going to be about. I wonder. Yeah, that was actually pretty funny. What if Captain Carter were the first Avenger? Man, and then Hawkeye premieres. When does Hawkeye premiere? Hawkeye premieres in November. They finally set a premiere date, you guys. I mean, the only thing I don't see is an episode guide on Google. guess it may take time for them to get the episodes out. But yeah, WandaVision, Falcon and Winter, this was perfect. They did a good job on this. I'm not gonna lie. But what I will say is this, reality, the universe is so crazy, and even though the scientists have improved their reality is real, um, it's definitely crazy how, what if Wanda was a villain? Oh my gosh. What if Wanda was like switched places with Thanos? Wouldn't that be crazy? And low key, if I'm being honest, the fact that she could take on Thanos proves how strong she is. So she would have most likely won against, if she was a villain against the Avengers. She would have won. And with this whole hex thing, yeah, she would have won. All she had to do was create a hex around them and just like wipe their minds. But it's definitely nice. I can't wait. I can't wait till the next episode premieres for What If. It's gonna be good. Remember, if you haven't seen Loki yet, make sure you watch Loki before you watch What If, because Loki sets up What If, literally. Like, if it wasn't for Loki, and I'm pretty sure, I know most likely, like I said in the previous episode, Loki is going to be running to Doctor Strange, to help him with what's going on with the multiverse. And I think after the multiverse is fixed, I think that's when, I don't know, I'm guessing. I think that's when season 2 will premiere. Season 2 will most likely premiere after Doctor Strange 2 comes out. That's what I'm guessing. I don't know if I'm right though, but that's what I'm guessing, because one, let's see. Let me see. So Loki came out when? In June 2021, right? So Loki premiered in June of 2021. Yeah. It should premiere in June of 2022, and Doctor Strange 2 premieres in May. Yeah, May of something. May of something. Or no, it's either March or May. I don't know the exact date, but it's one of those months. But yeah, that's most likely how it's gonna come out, unless they start filming in like late 2022. Then it's most likely gonna come later, but it should come around June of 2022. But we'll see, we'll see. But thank you for listening to today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you follow this podcast and subscribe so you can get updated when a new episode is released. And yeah, but bye guys. Make sure you subscribe to my blog on DisneyGuy.tk. And yeah, bye guys.